All right, well, I'm starting this weekend video from under the truck. This is what's been kicking my ass for the last couple weekends. I haven't posted any videos in a while. There's been problems with the last couple of videos I made, the audio, and then it glitched out. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out, so I just kind of gave up on it. But I had to go redo a lot of those things anyway. So today's video, June 2nd, will catch you up on everything on Oddball. Starting off down here on the ground, because it's easier for me to get down on the ground these days than it is to get back up. So we're going to start down here. All right, let me flip the camera around. So let me see if I get the widest angle possible. All right, so as you can see here, it's a transfer case. Now, when I put it in the first time, I realized it was sitting like it is now. So I bought a clocking ring, and I clocked it upward so I can have clearance for the front wheel drive. It was 80 bucks, and I figured, okay, that'd be cool, that'd work. And it caused way more problems than it was worth. The shift linkage for the transfer case was all bound up. The rod, this connecting rod, this is a support rod, wouldn't line up. The oil was, the fill hole was way higher, so it wasn't optimum for this situation. So today I took it out. Having a clocking ring means you have a ring between the transfer case and the adapter housing, which means you need two gaskets. Well, on all these transfer cases, the bolts that go through, they actually go into the transfer case, so you got to put sealant on them. And a clocking ring, you use these flat bolts. I'll show you a picture of it. I got it sitting on the counter, but even though I had put sealant on everything and I Loctite everything, it was still leaking pretty good. I got it apart today to reseal everything, and I thought it was coming from the transmission, but it wasn't. It was coming from the bottom bolts on the transfer case here, but not the bolts coming through, because when you clock it, these bolts only go into an adapter plate. The bolts that went into the transfer case were actually leaking to the gasket, and no matter how tight you try to tighten it down, it just doesn't work. So eliminated a problem. I also got a deeper oil pan, and then camera's gonna get a little funky here. This bell housing cover, all right, our flywheel cover on these mid-80 K5 Blazer transmissions and transfer cases. That's what this is out of. These are not your thin little sheet metal. These are cast aluminum. So the one I bought months ago, I already painted green. I tried putting up, and it doesn't work because it doesn't have holes. It uses 3 holes on the side here. So this was 80 bucks. This was like 200. Just everything's just kind of little things adding up. And I did go with a deeper pan because there's no cooler in the radiator. So I'll show you what I had to do for that. And if you notice, I had the drive shaft in. Got that done last week. Got the battery mounted. I had to go buy a new battery because the battery that was in here was bad. The exhaust, got a little cherry bomb down there. The exhaust is all done, and I'm happy to say so far there's no leaks. I got a little seepage from the drain plug on the motor, but no other leaks anywhere else. Okay, so I'm gonna crawl my ass out of here, so hang on. Okay, I got up underneath there. There's my little knee pad. I need more of those nowadays, it seems like. All right, so come on in here and show you what we got. Everything's valves adjusted, made a fan shroud, figured out the hose configuration, got the timing set about 8 degrees advanced. Most all the wiring's done. I have some wiring here for some stuff that's not installed yet. So let's go around here. Because the radiator didn't have a cooler in it, I had a radiator, a coolant, transmission cooler on the inside, and I'd already bought in this heat sink, so I just plumbed them in line. So they'll go through that one first, then through this one, back to the transmission. Electric fan's hooked up, all good to go. Alternator, thermostat, everything here is good. Had a little problem with this Chinese carburetor. When I first put it on, the float wasn't attached, so I take it apart, fix that. And then there's a rod that goes down to the metering, or the metering rod. It had come off yesterday and it wouldn't idle. Had some problem with it, but a quick fix. But nevertheless, that's what you get. So let's see, let's fire it up. So everything's running. So goes. Come on, baby. Alright. Do an idle for me. I turned the idle down earlier. Yeah, I think I turned the idle down too far. Alright, well, you get the point. So, hang on a second. Alright, there we go. Still got some things to work out. Having issues with the thermostat. This is where I put the gauge that's inside the dash. And it's reading way higher than if you put the heat gun on the thermostat housing or the thermostat. Top of the radiator, thermostat, same temperature. Bottom of the radiator, way cooler. This here is showing like 230, 240. I'm not sure if I got air in the system, but I've taken it off. I filled it with coolant. I've taken the hoses off. Now I'm going to try a few other things if it doesn't get any better. But I think I'm going to move that to a different location. I don't know if that's, you know, just that much hotter there on the head, but yeah, it's getting there. Sounds pretty good. It's not blowing any smoke, especially white smoke, blue smoke. But still got some adjustments to do. Little things to work on. I want to start getting the body panels back on, so I think I'm about ready there. I got to put some oil in the in the steering box. Some what do they call it? Corn oil or something like that. I don't know. It's 00, really, really thick oil. You got to put in there, so it's recommended. Let's just come around here. That's the GB Fab shifter for the transfer case. Got a little bit of work on the floorboards here. Still working on the inside. Still got to bleed the brakes. But everything's coming along really well. Slow. Had to redo a few things, but anything else, it's a project. So that's the updates. I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm not going to be doing the parade this year. A couple weeks ago I blew out my knee and I lost a couple weeks of work on this, and it's just been really bothering me and making things, it's already slow as it is crawling underneath there and doing things, and it just made things even worse. So what should have taken, you know, a weekend took me 2, and then I had to redo it again, which took, you know, 2 days instead of 1. But I think I'm done with everything underneath, fingers crossed. Everything underneath except for bleeding the brakes. Then I can start putting the panels. I got the inner panels, the fenders, and get the grill on. Now, big thing is getting the firewall back in so I can do a throttle pedal. That's going to be a trick, because it's just so hard to get in there. But sounds good. Running smooth, fired right up when I first got the carburetor on there, then it ran out of fuel. Oops. But that's the June 2nd, 2024 Oddball update. I know y'all been waiting for, so there it is. Flash fly to the breeze as usual. Semper Fi. Have a wonderful day.